Hello everybody, I am back with Tom from Themeborne, and today we are going to be having a chat about the Collector's Box for Escape the Dark Castle.
Yes.
Now, Collector's Box, is that meaning this is the full game with everything, or is it something else?
No, this is it's two things. It's a storage solution. So if you are a collector, if you've bought the main game and some of the expansions, you might want some nice big box like this to store it all in and keep it all nicely organized. That's its primary role. It's a nice big sturdy storage solution.
Yeah.
But it also comes with an expansion inside, and that's what you can see spread out on the table here, the various bits and pieces.
All right, well, let's open the box.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I like a box that does this.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. All right, so let's have a look at some of the storage aspects to this, okay?
Yeah.
Inside, you've got space for all of your different cards and stuff, slots
Yes.
for each of the different expansions and the different card types.
That's right.
What else do we have here?
So we also have, in this large cavity here, this where you can have score pads, pencils, some of the other items. But this is also where the playmats will live. We've produced some playmats. We've also got some books coming out, one of which is a gameplay enhancing book called the Death Book, which gives you a death scene to read out for every single card in the game. Everything that can kill you, whether it's an item card or a chapter or a boss, you turn to the corresponding paragraph and you get to read out and kind of bring the story to a close with the gory details of your demise.
Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah, and so those go in there as well.
I see.
And yes, as you said, space to divide your cards by set or by type, basically however, we've left them all unmarked so that people can do it however they want for the item cards as well. This area here is for the dice, so this expansion comes with a nice dice bag, so you can keep all your dice together in one nice space. And then, of course, lots of expansion content as well.
Well, what do we have expansion content-wise here? So if you want to start from your side and work down around for me.
Okay, so first of all, we have some new dice. These are called death dice. And if you want to have a look at that, these are used instead of the standard chapter dice for certain elements of the game, and they have, as you can see, shield symbols on them and doubles on them. So instead of just requiring a single result to knock away this dice in a challenge or in a combat, you may have to break a shield or match a double, a specific combination. So two characters may need to combine to remove one of these.
I see. That's intriguing.
Yes, so this makes the game harder. And to help balance that, we have the character flaws, which is this row of cards here. So this is a deck of cards which are essentially special abilities for the prisoners, what we call them character flaws, because of course that suits
you're in prison for a reason.
Exactly. So here we have three examples: cowardly, deranged, and greedy. So at the beginning of the game, when you lay out the characters, you deal out one of these to each prisoner, and that, when you're choosing your characters, gives you another decision to make about, I like this character's stats, but he's, this is his ability, and actually the other one goes better with yours, and you make a team in that way.
It's adding more flavor to the characters.
Yes,
which is great.
it does.
And I like that idea.
Yeah, and these are once per game use abilities.
We then have these. So
yes,
what is this?
This is one of the strongest things about this this expansion, which is 6 new bosses. 6. So that brings the total number of bosses in the whole collection to 14. And each time you play, you shuffle those and draw one. So you've got a real excellent variety of bosses, all with unique special abilities to really give you some trouble at the end of the adventure.
And that's one of the fun things, is not knowing which boss, who is in charge of the castle, who's going to face you whenever you're just about to hit the gates.
Yes. So your heart will sink with most of these when you see them.
All right. Well, here you've actually brought one out separate for me. So this is one of the 6, and I know it's a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm only doing it with one. So there's more stuff in here that you don't know about that you can discover for yourselves. So if you don't want to see this, spoiler alert: 3, 2, 1.
Here's Johnny.
This is the Hoarder. So what does this guy do?
So this is Keeper of the Hoard. Now,
Keeper of the Hoard, sorry.
So in the story of the castle, he is the guy who looks after all the relics and the weapons and the treasures and other unsavory things that are collected in the castle. So with this guy, each round, each prisoner has a choice whether they're going to attack him or they're going to try and take something from the hoard which might be useful to them. Now, if they do that, he of course has it well protected, so there's booby traps and things that go off and deal some damage to you, but you will get to draw an item card during the battle against him.
That's nice.
And then at the end of the round, pass it around and use it. So it's a tactical choice you have as a team. Should everybody just attack and pile into him, or do you want to split up, someone grab some stuff, and maybe that that will help us later in the fight. So there's a nice tactical choice there.
Nice. I do like his flavor text.
Oh yes.
Now then, hand over your weapons, your relics, and your lives.
Yeah. He'll collect those too.
And he is pretty damn tough, because he's doing you 3 damage, and look at this line of stuff that you have to get rid of.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine if you would, so that little player symbol at the end of that row, you roll a dice for each player, and of course you can use the death dice now instead of the normal chapter dice.
Oof.
So facing him with these would be kind of the ultimate challenge. And with that, we recommend, of course, taking the special abilities and some of the other elements to give you a good fighting chance.
Yeah. Now, as well as that, I'm seeing this here as well. What are these?
These are our health trackers. So as an alternative to the pencil and paper you get in the base game, this collector's box comes with 4 health tracker cards, as you can see there. These are just nicely displaying your health as it rapidly descends. And to keep track of those, instead of just cubes, we have these lovely metal skulls that we've made.
I love metal in a game.
Yeah. So
anything that adds metal to a game, I'm happy.
Yeah. So you just slide those along, keep track, and it's a nice thematic way to do it. On the theme of metal, over that side, you've got the U token. There.
Yeah, what is... Oh, that's heavy.
Yes, that's a lovely piece. There you go. So in case you haven't played the game, there's a mechanic where before you turn each chapter card, you choose which one of you is going to go first, who's going to turn the chapter card, and the game has what we call U effects that may happen to that character. So if you're the first one into an area where something bad is waiting, it might get you. So before you turn each card, you pass the heavy token to somebody, signifying that they are in the line of fire and in danger.
This I like, because once or twice when I've played, I have actually forgotten to designate who
and
is
some people
you.
lose track, of course, so that will help you remember exactly who it was, and it also it's kind of scary when you get given that and told that you're going first.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. You have it now.
Yeah.
And what are these 2 cards? Because this looks like the beginning card.
That's right. So these are 2 new start cards or introduction cards. So every time you play, you'll now have 3, which you shuffle together and draw 1. So the adventure always begins slightly differently with a slightly different scenario. I don't want to spoil what they are, but it's not the one from the main game. It's something a little bit different. So you'll have a different start card each time, a different boss card each time.
Yeah.
And just
I'm not going to read it out for everybody. I'm going to let them discover it for themselves, because that's half the fun of this, is just that discovery of the story.
Yeah.
And then moving on around, so we have victory and defeat cards.
Yes.
What are these?
So these are victory and defeat cards, as you can see, and they just give you some narrative closure. So if you don't have the death book, which isn't out yet, so nobody does, you've got these, and whether you win or lose, you should turn this over and read it out, and this brings a nice narrative closure to the game. Rather than just saying, oh, we've killed it, or it's killed us, you get to read out a nice narrative passage and bring the game to a close. It's a storytelling game after all.
Yeah. And then our last thing is an item.
Yes.
So this is the Living Stone.
Yes.
Which comes with a die.
It does. Now, this is, of course, inspired by Ian Livingstone, who was the co-author and creator of the Fighting Fantasy game books, which is, of course, a huge inspiration for this game, the way it plays, the way it looks. And so with his blessing, we have made a very special item for the game, the Living Stone. This is basically a resurrection stone. So whoever is carrying that, if they are killed, they roll the Living Stone die, and they can return to play with that much health.
So
a small amount.
4 die, or that.
Or that is full health.
Oh, well, wouldn't that be lovely?
So it's usually coming back with a small amount just to keep you going for an extra round, which might, as in this game, you probably know, can make the difference, or you may just die. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that as an extra mechanic you can throw in there, that it's just once in a while you get that heroic moment of, no, I shall not die.
Exactly.
I'm getting out of here.
Exactly.
The food is horrible. The staff is horrible. I want to be free.
But if you drew that at the beginning of the game, would you hold it?
Hell yes.
Would you hold it right to the end?
I would hold it till I die.
Yeah, well, you probably would die if you held it from the beginning. So yeah, that's lots of great new content. This box is basically all of the stuff that our players and our community have been asking for, or thought ideas that they had that would be cool to add or include.
Yeah.
Everything that has been suggested is now been delivered.
Yeah. I love the fact that you've got the big storage box. So if you're taking this down to your local gaming club or something, it's one box you're carrying. It's
yes.
not 5 or 6 or
That's
however
true.
many expansions you guys eventually do for this
and
game.
it cuts down on setup time because you're not opening 4 boxes to choose. Because remember, this is a modular system, so if you can just look at your box and say, okay, I'll take these chapters, these characters, these dice, and that rule book or whatever, and it's a toolkit. This is your toolbox to make an adventure, a quick fantasy quest whenever you want it.
Yeah, and one of the fellows I work with, Ben, he loves to actually. All right, we call him the board game janitor because he always tidies up afterwards.
Right, he'll have a
if
good
you're
time
the board
with this.
game janitor of your group, this is going to be great for you because
Yeah.
it's just pack it into one box, you're done.
Yes, absolutely, and it's it looks really nice when it's all in there.
Does. It really does.
It has a really pleasing effect, and we've done it all in these nice matte black finish, and there's even black on the inside of the box here, which again our fans are asking for. So we've done it.
It keeps it in theme.
It does. It's all part of the experience.
Well, Tom, thank you very much for bringing it in to show it off. Everybody, I want some comments down below. What do you think of the idea of this? Do you like the fact that you're getting 6 new bosses in the pack? Do you like the idea that you can condense everything down into one box to just have that toolkit for escaping the Dark Castle? Myself and Tom will move on here. I'm sure he'll be keeping an eye on the comments. Get them in below. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.